KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
All right, everybody, time for some sports news, and we are talking about soccer today, or probably the beautiful game known as football to everybody. And I have two friends of mine right now in the KUAM News Zoom room, Executive Director Sherry Stewart and Coach Pavel Gubenko of the Guam Football Association. Fantastic work. It's a new year, new challenges, new opportunities, and some new developments for both of you. So, Madam Executive Director, congratulations to you and Coach for recently going through training. And maybe you can start us off and talk about what this means for the program overall, with the national teams, with youth programs, and what it means for the caliber of play of football on Guam.
I think that a lot of the situation that we have at GFA and the development, we're making a lot of great strides and we're making a lot of great changes. And one of the biggest highlights is we just accomplished a 4-year strategic plan, which has a lot of objectives. There's actually 34 objectives that we're trying to accomplish in the 4 years. And so with that being said, we're putting all of the right people in place to make sure that we make an impact. And through this evolution, we want to make sure that we empower all of our staff and coaches to be on this personal development, as that's becoming a very big trend right now in football.
Mm-hmm. Now, and Coach, since it is a new year, what are some of the things that you're looking at, and applying as far as training or giving the players experience or, international play?
I'm excited to start a new year, and we have upcoming competition for the women's side. Yeah, and we focus on this one in the first half of this year, and it's going to be new World Qualifier cycle for the men's side. So I'm excited and we're ready. I'm excited to apply new knowledge that I got from the Barca University. So we are ready.
Mm-hmm. And you've been now with the GFA for about 2 years. And what have you been able to see as far as how the program has changed for the better in the time that you've been here and that you've been involved with the program?
We evolve, so I see the big improvement. So I'm happy with all the athletes who've been with us. So they train hard, they work hard. So, and for me as a coach, their improvement and their result is the best what I can wish.
Absolutely. And Sherry, from your vantage point, what have you been able to see, and how does this kind of like work into what the grand vision was for taking Guam football, to that next level? I mean, the sport has continually progressed at such a fast rate. I'm sure, kind of like managing that evolution is a challenge in itself.
GFA had come a long way, and being part of GFA since I've been on this island in 2002, we've come leaps and bounds in so many different areas. And of course, just like any business or any other sports, there's highs and lows. And but for right now, I kind of see a really nice reboot happening right now. And I do see a lot of good promising things happening coming in 2023, 2024.
Mm-hmm. Now, of course, with every opportunity, so often in sports, there are corresponding challenges. So, while, I don't think any local athlete, in the Guam sports community, it's not about like work ethic. It's not about playing with pride. It's not about having good sportsmanship. What are some of the challenges, maybe like Coach, that you see in Guam competing at a higher level and, getting that international experience?
Definitely on the national team level, it's number one, because we're so remote, and it's insane on travel. It costs a lot, especially as post-COVID, which has really put a big damper in our budget and our ability to be able to travel and compete. Two is our competition level on the island kind of have this up and down. They're stagnant because a lot of the players that we built up go to the States for colleges or move on to play, which is good, but we don't have the pools and the number to grow within on the island to keep the competition at a high pace. So there's that balancing act that we need to do. But we're trying to take a look at what is some option that we can expand and to enhance. And of course, bringing Pavel on was one of the biggest impacts, because that helped us on the physicality side and to make sure that everybody understands on player load and balancing it out. So there's a lot of education that needs to go into this. and getting the right coaches in, which is another trend that we're going into for 2023, is looking at the coaches that are passionate and willing to take this team to the next level and to continue to stay with us and building up with the Island Pride.
Yeah. So, Coach, what would you have to say about that? Because I guess, Sherry touched on it perfectly. Is, it's not just building the actual players and building a team from that side, but, you're building your colleagues too, and having, a capable group of assistant coaches and trainers and, perhaps even, dietitians and things like that.
Sorry, can you repeat that again?
Okay. How is it for you to, having to also bring in talented, qualified coaches so that we can continue to evolve the competitiveness and the caliber on Guam?
It's great and good, and JFA supports me. So right now I have 2 assistants. Hopefully they keep working with me. So yes, we need more coaches, and even more, we need to educate them in order to provide better services, better training for our athletes. And of course, it will impact the future of the athletes and everything. So right now, JFA works toward this and support me and support our coaches. So I hope in the future we will have more qualified coaches, not only soccer-specific coaches, athletic coaches, performance coaches. Yeah, this is like biggest challenge for now.
Mm-hmm. I know that Guam has had a lot of international experience, both the men's and women's national teams over the years. I know we played. I actually had the pleasure of calling a game right up the street at the GFA facility when we played India. That was maybe like what was that 10 years ago, Sherry?
2016, yeah.
Okay, it wasn't even 10 years ago. At my age, my memory's going and everything. But we've got a chance and the opportunity to play different styles and seen different athletes again and the way they prepare and the way that they carry themselves. Coach, what if you had your choice, and like Sherry said, if the money was enough, who would you want to play and give our athletes the experience of being able to like travel somewhere and compete against them?
Any international countries, every travel, every exposure will be fine. So I think Asia is next to us, next door. So Japan, Korea, Philippines, whatever, everything will be fine. So, and again, it's not about only like the countries. We need to go and play more. And again, we need to see the level of the physique and the quality of game there. That's it. So everything acceptable.
Okay, Sherry, how about you? I know Santa Claus has already made his rounds like a couple of weeks ago, and he already dropped off his presents. But if he has like one more late present that he could give about like where Guam could travel to and get some international experience, where would you want that to be?
Oh my goodness! We absolutely love to see our team compete against any country that we can come upon, right? Mm-hmm. And not only that, we want to be able to host and bring these countries there to be able to compete so that our community can be able to come and rally and support our own team. We find that seems to be the best medicine, correct? So that's what happened when we played against India. And but to be quite honest with you, that is one of the objectives in our strat plan, is we're actually looking to really push to host more competition here in Guam, and that allows these other countries or other teams to come in and compete, so that give us a level of competition. Number 2, if you haven't noticed and been to GFA, we've replaced our floodlight, which is a lot brighter, which means we can have evening game, which means it'll be more enjoyable to watch these matches. Not only that, we want to enhance and expand the island to support behind our national team and showcase what our athletes are all about. So we got a lot of great things happening this year. So our first competition we're hosting is going to be the AFC Under-17 Women, which will be here in Guam in middle of April. But in the meantime, we're replacing our artificial turf that's been here for quite some time and have seen its hours and days and age. So we're going to freshen up our turf so we can be able to showcase with everyone and represent to the rest of the world that we can hold an event as such and to raise the bar with our national team to get the exposure.
All right, very well. Okay, and I'd like to give Coach Pavel the final word. So, Coach, for those of us who really, really enjoy watching our national team play and represent us like so well, with Guam pride, what can we expect to see on the field when we come out and we cheer for our Guam national team, whoever they play this year? What can we expect to see as far as how they carry themselves?
I'm sure the boys and girls, all our athletes will fight. They will do their best, and I don't know. They're great players, they're great people, and just go and watch the games and hope that JFA will keep doing what they've been doing for so many years, and we'll do our job and support our athletes. So I think it will be a great year for us.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to it, and Sherry, we look forward to continuing to support you from doing what we can, and again, strategic plans. It's one thing to put a plan together. Now the tough part is actually going out and executing, but the GFA is in very, very capable hands with you and coach and your staff there. So we greatly look forward to amazing things from everybody there.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Jason, for the opportunity to have this interview. And it's been a great pleasure, and we look forward to continue to bring out the best in GFA and all of our stakeholders. All
right. Go Team Guam, and go Guam Football Association. Amazing work over there. So Sherry Stewart, Executive Director, of course, of the GFA, and Coach Pavel Gubenk of Team Guam. Thank you both.
Thank you very much.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.